Alright. So the reason why things tend to not work out the way we, want them to work out is because they things are when we want something to go a certain way, what happens is that we tend to value dump on whatever we, aspire for, or we value dump on whatever we wish to go right, or whatever we are striving for. So what I basically mean by this is, for example, if we want to lose weight, if we want to achieve a certain goal, we carry it on our heads, and that's like our primary focus. And it's like the thing that we want is now what has power over us. It now has power to emotionally control us. And the thing about that is, when something immediately has power to emotionally control you, you become a slave to that thing, even though it's something you can't see. Whether you can see it or not, you mentally become a slave to it, and it just becomes, it just happens to be on this pedestal that you can't see. And it's something that we unconsciously do, right? We think of, oh my god, we need to do this, or yo, like let's achieve this and that. What tends to happen is, when we think certain things, or we decide to do certain stuff, we put it on this pedestal. And when we put it on this pedestal, um it's unconscious, we're not aware of it. So what happens is, when we do that, we tend to just not have control over it anymore. And basically the fix for that is, we're supposed to detach from outcomes. We're supposed to be ourselves at every present moment, because that's the only way we can actually stay in control of whatever that we put our mind to, or stay in control of whatever we want to do. It's a thing where we have to let ourselves see it as less. And what I mean is, for example, if today you don't want to eat anything, you want to fast, right? Let me use a simple example. The thing about fasting is, you want to fast, but then at some point you start to reminisce about, oh my god, like if I fast, like this is gonna be so good for my body, like this is gonna help this, that, and you start like, oh my god, it'd be so fire to achieve this fast. Like imagine, and you know you can do it. If not, you wouldn't have set it as a goal, right? You know you can do it, but for some reason something stops you. Mainly because once you start thinking of all the benefits, you start thinking of how this is so good. What unconsciously happens is that you put it on this pedestal, and it then becomes something that you have to achieve. It's like, yo, I need to, because you think of, you know, you could do it. So now it's like, oh wow, since I can do it, let me do it. I need to. And then because of that feeling that you need to, it now becomes something that dictates your value. And that's what I mean by value dumping. So yeah, that's pretty much, one great reason why we don't tend to achieve stuff we put our mind to, because we don't actually let go and detach and just allow ourselves do what we want with that thing. We always have to see it as this great thing that, we need to achieve. And that whole needing energies, why we don't achieve it, because it's like we feel like if we don't get or achieve this thing, like our whole day is ruined. And it happens because when we don't achieve it, you notice we feel bad. We feel bad about ourselves. That's a sign that it was never gonna work out. So yeah, let's learn to detach.